Hello, this is Jan from Red Toad Art Studio, and I should say this is Grandma Jan, and we are going to continue our journey on learning how to collage. And I thought it would be a good idea to review this book. You can get it on Amazon. It's $19 and something at this time. It might change, and it has so much in it you can use for collaging. It has 600 plus images, and I believe that because really, the first time I went through this book, I was absolutely overwhelmed with the amount of pictures and the beautiful pictures and just everything that was in here. It's like, how do I start? How do I make something out of this? Now, this is what I believe is a print on demand. You order it, and then they print it. This was printed just right before I received it. The author is calling himself Poortoast. And he has, it says, I think here it says he has, this is the 5th one. He's got a lot more than this. There's scads of them on Amazon. And I will put a link to this book, and you'll be able to find the others easily. And this is a most interesting book. And I'm going to not show it all to you, but I'm going to flip through the pages that I saw that interested me right away. But aren't these beautiful? I'll flip through here a few at the beginning. Now, on this side, the right side of the page, are pictures to be your focal point. We've talked about that before, or the focus of your picture, most likely. This side, if you don't like anything and don't want to cut those out, they have background paper. Now, I hear that some people buy 2 of these books, so they can have the background paper and the focal point paper. And I can see why they do that. Now, it might be a little pricey at first to buy 2 of the same book. But I don't know. I can see why they do, because these backgrounds are so pretty. And these pictures, they're just beautiful. There's different sections. In fact, back here it shows you there's botany, animals. Well, they have some cute animals. Food, people, houses, and decoration. Isn't that neat? I'll skip ahead now to the first one that gave me an idea. Well, not an idea, but things to notice. Now, some of the pictures in here show you pictures that have come from a collage pictures. I'm sure of it, because there's flowers in front of owls. This is a good inspiring piece to show you how you can do things. You could cut out some owls from someplace and cut out flowers and make a total picture. Just like this one. I imagine this was originally a collage piece, and it's been put in here. This inspired me to think this is something like a glass cover. I imagine there's a name for it. And all kinds of things could have been inside there. But this inspired me to think about making my own design of a glass or a jar that things can go inside. Isn't this pretty? I want to do a collage in pinks and blues of the background and middle image, and this in the front. I think that's so pretty. I think I'm losing my pens here. Here's another jar with scenery inside. One thing you'll notice, and it's not very visible here, but a lot of times along the edges, like this zebra's feet aren't all there. And I think that's because these are worked in Photoshop. They've taken pictures in, and Photoshop or other software will outline a picture for you, but it can't outline clearly things that aren't clear in the picture. So you'll see some things that are missing. like some of his hoofs are missing here. But you can fix that easily by putting a little grass or something under there, or something that's by him. You'll never notice it. Won't this bird be beautiful? Just cut him out, even though there's a background, because this gives you an idea of what you could do in something cut out. A background like this with your watercolors and him on top. You can cut him out and put him in a background. I think he's just beautiful. Isn't he cute? See what we've got here. Oh, another thing you can do is cut out the shape of an animal. Now, this is a whale. If you get the silhouette of an animal, and you can get that out of a book or patterns or whatever, and fill it with things like flowers. Isn't that cute? You can use this, but it's kind of small. This gives you an idea of one you can make that's larger. Here's a bunny rabbit done that way. And also here, these are just pieces of scrapbook paper. Now, I can cut this out and use it, but I can make endless pieces out of my own scraps, a scrapbook paper, and see how to use them. So this book inspires you in more ways than one. Isn't this beautiful? Now here's a fish filled with flowers. Isn't that pretty? And if you love dogs. Here's another whale, done a little different, but with flowers, filled with flowers. And don't you just love this? I like this idea. You have an animal, if you have it big enough, cut out flowers and put it around as a crown. Here's another bunny rabbit, filled with flowers. A fish, filled with flowers. So it's a popular way to make collage. Isn't he cute? Now the thing is, this is like almost like a finished collage because he's already a cat put in a hat and clothes. But it's something you can do too. If you just have a picture, a plain cat with nothing on it, you can cut out hats and things and put on the cat. Very cute. I love this bunny. Crowns is another thing that you can put on animals. Now see, you could add some flowers around this cat. Get back here. Oh, isn't he cute? There's food. Now, look for things like this. Here is a cup. What can you put in that cup? You could put all sorts of cup. What about if you had a little city coming out of the cup? People, animals. The same with empty containers like this. You could put something inside the container. We'll see a lot of those as we go. There's another container we could put something in. These cups. What if you had people or pets coming out of the sides, the edges of these cups? Or if you just want to make it pretty, have flowers. There's another empty bottle. Doesn't it make you thirsty to see some of these? A pitcher. What about cutting the pitcher out and tipping it over and having, say, flowers coming out of it? Or have musical notes coming out of it. Or maybe animals jumping out of it. I mean, it's endless what you can do with these. The only hard part is finding things that are the right size. Because to come out of this, they'll have to be fairly small. So the more materials you have, the more books you can cut out of, the more magazines you have, will give you a greater range of different sizes of things. You might not find the other things you need to do that collage in this book. But if you buy several books, then you'll have a lot more choices. Okay. Hats. You can put them on, well, you can put them on people. Or you can put them on cats. You can put them on dogs. you can put them on a skull and get a lot of interesting things. Now here's where I cut out a picture. It's the only one I've cut out so far. But as you know, this is very political time. And I had just watched a speech and remembered something that was said. And this was a picture of a beautiful colored lady. And it reminded me of the speech by Kamala. We're not going back. And I just had to make a collage. Now this was fairly easy collage to do because it had a statement on it. And this took a lot of room. You can have words or sayings on your collages or not. They can just be for fun and not mean a thing. But I did make that up because that's all I could see. This beautiful lady with Kamala's little statement, we're not going back. And I had to make one and post that. That was my collage number 1. And you might do this too. I am signing them, dating them, and putting the number. This was my first one. I haven't been doing this just a little while now. This is my first one. I made a second one the other day, and I'm going to make my third one with you. So that picture was right here. I said you could put a flowers or a crown or something on pets, animal skull. Here's a skull you could do right here. There's another beautiful lady. I don't know. I saw these shoes. You could put something in it. Maybe something curled up sleeping in the shoes. Something in the boots. Maybe flowers. Or maybe a kitty cat crawling out of it. Now, I tend to want to make pretty pictures that have pretty colors and pretty things going on. And I know there is a type of collage called surreal that does funny things or crazy things. And I'm going to try to make some of those. It's not my natural style. I like to make pretty things. So you'll find that I do more pretty things. Or I like to make things that have words or a meaning behind. Now here's a hat. This could go on a pretty kitty cat or something. Isn't she pretty? Something here I had clipped. I was just going to show you again little pieces of paper, like scrapbook paper, that you can do if you have any kind of papers. Just save the tiniest of scraps. Isn't this pretty? Now this is an idea. Sometimes there's pictures that need the background you've already got on it that's painted on something. But they've cut it out in a circle and put flowers on the edges, and that is beautiful. And that's an idea of something you could do. Like with this. Well, they've already got it there. It gives you a good idea of what you can do. These pots, you could put something in here. You could put flowers. It'd be beautiful. You could put people. You could put fruit coming out of it. Just anything you want. Get imaginative. And I'm not that imaginative right now. I'm learning. Here's more bottles with things in them. Jars. So I think it'd be fun to figure out making a jar out of, say, parchment paper and things underneath that would show inside. That's something I'll have to do. I'll have to figure that one out. Boots with something in it. Like this is a finished collage originally because it shows an open book, that it's in the ocean. It's an idea of something you can make. Aren't these pretty? What? Oh, crowns. Here's a crown you could put on something. You could have something coming out of that shoe. There's another pretty bottle. And a vase that's clear. That'd be another good idea. If you had a large something or other that would need glasses this size, you could use that. There's the skull. You can go back and get flowers, put around that, or a crown. Another skull, another empty bottle, piece of cardboard. Look, it's in here. It looks neat, doesn't it? And that's what we would consider trash, but you can make trash beautiful. Here's a hat that would be neat to cut out and put on something. So many ideas. I just love this book, and it's one of the bigger books, I think. Now, I've only bought these 2 books so far, but in looking through what Amazon offers, I think these are some of the biggest with some of the most selections in them. Is these by, I forgot his name, Poortoast. So I highly recommend this book, and I will put a link to it, and we will be doing some collages using this book. Isn't that beautiful? Well, I hope you've enjoyed the look at this book and will be inspired to go find you some of this materials. Have a good day, and I will see you later. Bye-bye for now.